Yeah.
For a couple of reasons. One, the primary reason being that there's been a lot of comparison about this against a netbook or laptop, which is not a fair comparison in our opinion now, and I'll address that in a moment. But if you look at the netbook or the laptop market, the buying decisions are always determined by what's the processor speed, how much RAM you have, how much hard disk space you have. So it's a motivation behind the pricing that you pay for. So people base their decisions based on specs.
Okay.
A device like this is more like an iPhone, where
Okay.
it's an experience that it delivers, and it doesn't have any comparable in terms of you have two models that have a higher speed versus the lower speed.
Are you implying it's like an ARM chipset versus an Intel chipset that you'd see in a desktop? Or it's more like a smartphone chipset?
It's definitely not a smartphone chipset. I'll let you decide whether it's an ARM or it's an x86 chipset once you see the demo.
Really?
Did you just say there were 2 units, 2 speeds?
No, I'm saying that there isn't any units. There are no 2 units with different speeds.
So it's just one, right? Single unit, single speed.
Yeah.
More like the iPhone.
Yeah, that's right. So that's how we're trying to position this in the market, and we think it's an unfair comparison to the netbook because we all know the netbook is cost effective. I don't want to say cheap, but the average netbook costs between $299 and $399. But the performance that you get with it is pretty poor. Whether it's for web surfing, even if you open 3 tabs or 4 tabs, you don't connect to the web. Once you connect to the web, when you deal with 5-6 tabs, the PC becomes to a crawl and becomes very slow and unusable. So while this one basically gives you the best in class internet experience and is built for that purpose. Form factor is great, as you can see. It's very slick.
Durable? Is it durable?
Yeah, it is. I mean, it's light enough. It's slick. It's thin. It's thinner than the MacBook Air. It's about 1.1 kg, 2.4 pounds.
Is there any built-in memories at all for web-based?
Yeah, it's 1 gig of RAM,
okay.
and it's 4 gig SSD. So it's going to do offline caching that will allow you to have web content even without connectivity, as an example. So, for example, if you have Gmail, those will be cached, and when you get connectivity, it synchronizes, giving you offline access when you don't have internet access.
So the OS is a Linux-based OS with your browser-based wrapper on it.
Yeah. So what we've done is we've taken the Linux kernel, we've done extensive optimization on it to get the 9-second boot time that we have claimed for this device. This boots in 9 seconds, and it boots directly to a browser. We've merged the kernel and the WebKit layer, making that the window manager or the rendering engine as you.
It's your own browser?
Yes, our own browser.
WebKit based?
WebKit based. So we have wrapped the kernel layer with the WebKit layer to ensure that we have we'll go directly into the Windows Manager, which is the rendering engine. So that's what we've done. We are also working on stuff like beyond offline caching technology. We are working on native APIs that will allow you to have the potential to run non-web-based apps within a web environment. So that's something we're working on. We'll be announcing that in the near future. It's not ready yet. What you see right now is pre-production units that is running about what I would say a beta version of software is for 75% there. We still have work to get it down to the level that it needs to be at the point of shipment.
What sort of applications do you see being necessary for them to actually have to be desktop based?
You mean the native Skype, for example?
Okay.
People are talking about wanting to have media capabilities beyond the web when I have no connectivity. So that can be achieved by local cache, but in the event where your local cache is insufficient for that purpose, you may want offline media capability. So I think there's 2 approaches here. One is a web-centric approach. The other one is a desktop approach. The Android, the iPhone, all that is a desktop approach. So Chrome is the web-centric approach. I think we are currently web-centric, but we're listening to feedback and we're trying to include functionalities that will allow for a hybrid model without necessarily losing the advantages that you would associate with a web-centric model, for example. So web-centric model is great because now we've released JavaScript APIs that will allow people to extend their functionality. So if you think about it, Facebook is a good experience on the iPhone, but it's not the experience you have on the web. You can play Facebook games and all that stuff. With this device, you can do all of that, but you bring iPhone's capabilities to it by allowing hardware access via JavaScript and HTML.